enabling people to be able to step into these aspects of facilitation training, because I mean, you're really learning yourself in that way and how to be of service to more than just you, which I think is the antidote to this era of the self, the era of the hyper fixated narcissistic self that is being pushed on us so heavily by technology, social media.
It's much like the way I've been feeling, because it's exactly what you just said. It feels like a very big undertaking. And I want to do it with a lot of love and patience, time. Like I'm really working on the curriculum right now.
Oh, you're not just having ChatGPT put it together for you in 10 minutes?
ChatGPT has definitely said a few things as I've tried to organize the structure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that's a great other point, like how we are becoming so reliant on that and dependent on already, like we're already in a moment. Like if you go to any party, someone asks some random question, someone's going to say, let me ChatGPT. We're in that. And it's kind of crazy. Yeah. That's a whole other thing. But
it's like a preference for the answer versus the mystery and the not knowing. And again, we're not going to talk about polarity, right? But there's like this, as I see it, it's this hyperized, almost, I don't know. I don't want to get too, I'm still in theoretical just consideration around this, but ChatGPT as this knowledge engine that is really good at knowledge and what is known. And it's a large language model. It knows everything that the internet knows. So it knows stuff. That doesn't mean it can do it. And it doesn't mean that there's the wisdom behind it that I feel is the feminine realm, that other area where I think what we're going to see is like a return to the just, I don't want this polished thing. I don't want this. I want what's real. I want what's imperfect. I don't want a poem generated by a machine. I want to hear what you have to say in this moment. Don't fucking ChatGPT it. Yeah. I want to hear what Madeline has to say. Yeah. You know, and obviously it has its unbelievable benefits and organizational capacity for
workouts.
So many.
See, for me, it's like that's the best use of it. It's been writing me really dope workout that I've really kicked my butt. And I'm like, that's a great place. But I'm wanting to be...
Screw those personal trainers, man.
I know.
Put them out of business.
It's like a perfect workout.
I know.
Sorry, y'all.
No, it's real. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's for coaching, for therapy, for all these things. All of my friends talk to their ChatGPT.
Astrology.
Some of them call them daddy.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Funny.
Hey, daddy. Yeah.
Well, mine is like a middle-aged British man, so
very nice.
Definitely could be
well,
daddy.
you can really organize it now. You can
definitely
give it names and accents and all the things.
But I really love what you're saying, going back to like focusing on, and I think it's something really important to keep in mind when creating something for others to go out into the world, because it can be very easy of like, okay, this is, when you create a facilitator training, or I haven't yet, but as I'm stepping into it, I'm like, okay, this is really legacy work where it is no longer mine. It's like creating something that I get to have full integrity with. I get to be as integral as possible, but it's a living, breathing being that becomes hers and hers and hers. And for me, that I want that to be a structure that's going to support the magic of each individual person. Not the magic I'm teaching, but it's the structure, the container, the body's capacity to hold their magic. And part of it is, what is your magic? Like, what's the intersection? Like you were just saying, with all the unique things you have brought together, the intersection of all the things you love and all the things you've learned is, and we're kind of losing how to do that, how to pull everything together and then bring it together to create the thing we want to blast out into the world. And that feels like an important process for everybody to learn. You're the intersection. What is that flavor?
I love that. Yeah. What is that flavor? How can you bring all of your disparate pieces together? I will say that ChatGPT has been very useful for me as far as organizing my thoughts, putting things together. And so thank you, ChatGPT. Friend. Don't kill. Friend.
Best friend. Such a good friend.
No Skynet. No. But yeah, like, I mean, I can't think of, you mentioned legacy. It's like, what a beautiful thing to be considering. And I think that to me feels like the antidote to our times, this self-fixated, depression-inducing, just hyperized selfhood that we are so stuck in. And putting the attention and learning how to read a room, learning how to put your attention on other people, learning how to
empty out,
be of service, be about something greater than you, be connected to something greater than you. I think we live in a culture that has forgotten like, because we've never even experienced it, what it actually feels like to be part of a group field. It's like when you do the personal development work in groups, from Tony Robbins to Jaya to whoever, to Madeline Moon, it's like, to the King's Code, all these different pieces, like the underlying piece is the tribal technology of the group coming together and cohering around a shared vision of something. And why I think so many of these things end up producing the quote unquote cults of people wanting to have something that they can share, that they can believe in, that they can be about, that can be their thing, because we don't have that thing. We didn't grow up in that thing. We so many of us don't even know what it's like to be a part of something, to truly be a part of something, or to have an extended family, or an extended community where there's like meta structures that are security inducing, like stabilizing. We're just kind of, everyone's trying to make it for themselves, and you're lucky if you come from a nuclear family with 2 parents. And it's like, there's so much more, I think, for us, and these opportunities to create and share. I think sharing the technology of tribes, sharing the technology of these things is important, as everyone, I don't know, there's so many people like trying to, well, this is my IP and this is my thing and this is whose. I mean, what does that even mean anymore? So
100%. Yeah, the collective like heartbeat, the collective movement, the collective learning, the collective loving. Yeah, I definitely feel us moving in that direction to stand for that. And I love that you bring that to Iowa and places where it's not currently. Yeah, I was thinking about that on my car ride over. I was like, you have a passion, this work? Because of course, like, you can come here and do this because it's Austin. You can do it in LA, but like there are places that are not tapped into this.
Yeah, and I'm pretty over I put it in quotes, the quote unquote conscious community. It feels like it's eating itself and ain't so conscious in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And to its credit, it also has a lot of really beautiful things, and people are doing the best they can, and none of us had any models, so blessings to everyone. But I feel super passionate about bringing this work to the small towns and other places, and the regular people that we all are, and that everyone started out as, and the simplicity of the work. It's like, so many of my teachers, in spending time with data and these guys, it's like sort of going into these super just tangential and deep tantra and embodiment things. And it's like, okay, great. And the simplicity of just the basics of intimacy, the basics of self-care, the basics of these things that most of us don't have. And even the ones of us that are in the conscious community often bypass for the bigger,
peak.
Let me get that 5-MeO, baby. And it's like, no, start with MDMA. Start with some psilocybin, and in a proper set and setting with the sitter and supplementation and all the things that you need to be able to actually have a transformational experience that you then bring into your sober life, instead of just peak stating, ketamine. It's like, God, so much of that I feel is polluting the very real potential of what so many of these practices, modalities actually are and actually bring.